Morsa Drami, Serena Drami and Co. I also want to appreciate those who have done a lot within the system, our reporters, our founding editor, and Robert Press, and the likes of them. We sincerely appreciate every bit of your efforts to sustain the organization up to today. Before I go deeply into the agenda of today, it is very important to understand Muslim Media Corporation. Some of us might have known that a media corporation, yes, it is, but there are a lot of things we focus on which makes it different from other media outlets. As far as Muslim Media Corporation is concerned, we are there to counter anything related to fake news and things that can result to violence. We understand that media is used today by some individuals and groups to destroy societies, to cause chaos, to cause violence, to cause disunity. Muslim Media Corporation was established to come up with a media that will provide the voice for all, a media that will provide the voice for humanity, a media that will provide the voice for everyone, regardless of your religion, your socioeconomic and cultural background. That's what Muslim Media Corporation stands for. And today, we thank God we've got 4 media outlets. The first one is Muslim Community Reports that covers the OIC nations. And Pakistan Times covers not only issues that affect the people of Pakistan, but also issues that affect the Bronxites generally and the neighborhood. That's Pakistan Times. And recently we launched the New York Parrot. New York Parrot is a national and global media outlet for all. It's not for isolation. It's not only for the Bronxites. It's for New Yorkers, for Americans, and for the whole world. We set it up to bridge the gap between the poor and the rich, the voice and the voiceless. Today, we've managed to also come up with the last part of the media outlet, which is Parrot TV. We noticed that there are some people that are not really interested in reading. They prefer to listen, they prefer to watch. And that's why some people will say seeing is believing. To get access to more audience, we decided to set up the Parrot TV, which today we've got daily activities that we get involved in, especially the creative writers and creative-minded people. We've also got the weekly Parrot Politics, which covers issues that affect, political issues that affect the New Yorkers. So far, these are the 4 media outlets that we manage. And the 3 media outlets mentioned earlier were both online and in print. So we provide the voice for anyone, as long as you are not there to destroy. We're media for positivity, because we believe that most people believe that media for negativity is what can solve them. But we want to prove to the world that you can still project positive news and still be in the market. That's our focus. I'm glad that's just the summary of the Muslim Media Corporation. I would like to hand over to Dr. Abdullahi now that he's online, to give us the opening prayer. Dr. Abdullahi.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello?
We can hear you, please go ahead.
You hear me?
Yes, wa alaikum salam.
Thank you very much. I say good evening, good afternoon, salam to everybody. So may Allah, the Almighty, the owner of the heaven and the earth, have his blessing on us, on all human beings all over the world. May Almighty bring a peaceful cohabitation between all human beings in all over the world. May Almighty serve us with his mercy in this life and the hereafter. I ask Almighty, all people who are sick, may Almighty give them health back. People who pass away, may God have mercy on them. Concerning our topic, I say thanks, my thanks, my acknowledgement to all human beings who have been working throughout this pandemic, either by prayer, either by their own body, either by their money, either by participation, by writing, by talking, by giving awareness to all human beings. May God Almighty protect us, have mercy on us, and have peaceful land and cohabitation between all human beings in this world, and give us the mercy in the hereafter. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abdullahi Bade.
Thank you so much, Dr. Abdullahi Bade. We appreciate the prayer. May Allah accept our prayer. The next on the agenda is a brief introduction to the MAA, Merciful Ambassador Award. And after that, we'll be going to a short speech by Rabbi Bob Kaplan. As I've initially said, Merciful Ambassador Award is a unique award meant to be given to exceptional Muslim ambassadors, humanitarians and philanthropists, not only in the United States, but across the globe. And we took our time. Well, before we selected those ones that are going to be awarded today, it took us a lot of time to screen out a lot of people suggested by some members of the corporation. And it's very obvious that if you look at the profile of those selected, you agree with me that they've done a lot for the humanity, not only for Muslim, not for Christian, not for Jewish, but for all humanities. Every New Yorker feels their presence, they appreciate them, and they've been working tirelessly in the area of humanity for years. So that's why they selected, and we'll keep doing this every year on Merkel Declaration Day, which is May 28th. So that's in brief. And if you look at the word merciful, it's called from one verse of the Quran, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Allah was addressing Prophet Muhammad. He said, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ, we have not sent you إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ, except as a mercy for the entire humanity, for the whole world. And this is where we call the merciful ambassador. As Muslims, you are supposed to be merciful to your fellow brothers and sisters, to animals and others. And we've seen this spirit of mercy in the 4 individuals that we have identified. We'll be mentioning their name when it's time, but you've seen the name already on the flyer that we spread across. We hope that they'll continue with that
We have
spirit.
Sheikh Musa for the Quran recitation. I'm sorry. Sheikh Musa there for Quran recitation for the 2 time, inshallah.
Noted. So before we now move on to the short speech, after the opening prayer, we'll be having the Quranic recitation. And then after that, we get to Rabbi Bob Kaplan for a short speech. So the Quranic recitation, please. Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
With you, we have Dr. Cabrera. Yes, with you.
Yes, hello.
Yes, we have Dr. Cabrera. He just signed on right now, so he's just going to be very quick.
Okay, Doctor.
Yeah, he's going to be just very quick in and out. All right.
Just a few minutes after the short recitation of the Quran, we'll get to that place. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Should I go ahead or wait? Not sure.
We're listening. Please go ahead.
عسى ربكم أن يرحمكم وإن عدتم عدنا وجعلنا جهنم للكافرين حسيرا. إن هذا القرآن يهدي للتي هي أقوم ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا كبيرا وأن الذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة أعتدنا لهم عذابا أليما. ويدعو الإنسان بالشر دعاءه بالخير وكان الإنسان عجولا. وجعلنا الليل والنهار آيتين فمحونا آية الليل وجعلنا آية النهار مبصرة لتبتغوا فضلا من ربكم ولتعلموا عدد السنين والحساب وكل شيء فصلناه تفصيلا. وكل إنسان ألزمناه طائره في عنقه ونخرج له يوم القيامة كتابا يلقاه منشورا. اقرأ كتابك كفى بنفسك اليوم عليك حسيبا. من اهتدى فإنما يهتدي لنفسه ومن ضل فإنما يضل عليها ولا تزر وازرة وزر أخرى وما كنا معذبين حتى نبعث رسولا. صدق الله العظيم.
صدق الله العظيم. We appreciate the reciter of the Quran. Thank you so much for the recitation. We'll still be having you towards the middle of the program today. Not to waste much of our time, we'll have to move to the next action on the agenda list. We have on our midst Dr. Fernando Cabrera. We appreciate your presence here. But before we get to your turn, we'll just want to have a brief short speech from Rabbi Bob Kaplan. Please take over. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And normally, this time of day on a Friday, I'm just about ready to go into the Sabbath and to Shabbat, as we call it. And however, when the Sheikh asked me to give a small, short speech about Mohammed Razvi. I said, I'll go right to the time when I have to go offline, and because as an observer of the Sabbath, we don't use any electronics and we don't participate in such things. However, Mohammed Razvi is a true leader in all ways. I had the opportunity to first meet him over almost 20 years ago, right after 9/11, in the streets of Brooklyn, getting to know him for the work that he does and the way he brings his heart, his soul, his mind to every need of every person he encounters. Most recently, during the pandemic, and we're still there, however, he understood that there were so many people who didn't know where their next meal was coming from. Food insecurity was rampant. He turned the world around to have COPO, Council of People's Organizations, now serving thousands of people a week, making sure that their food insecurity has become less insecure and more secure. Mohammed has been a dear friend to me. We have worked so closely together. However, again, when he sees a need, he makes sure that he brings the forces to bear to meet that need. I'll give one last story. A number of years ago, as he was seeing the aging of many, many people in the Muslim community in Brooklyn, he understood that he needed halal Meals on Wheels. And working with the city, working with other organizations in the community, making sure that he could provide these, he now provides hundreds, if not thousands, of halal South Asian Meals on Wheels, because when people get a little bit older, they get a little bit more finicky about what they like to eat. And he made sure that every single person was taken care of. He is a true tzedek, a righteous human being. He is a true leader. And most of all, to me, he is a true brother and friend in this work that we do. My apologies for getting off right after this. Mohammed Razvi, you are my friend, my teacher, and you take care of so many people every day. I can think of no one more deserving of being honored this evening. Thank you, and shalom aleichem, salam aleichem to everyone here.
Walaikum salam. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation on Mohammed Razvi. We also have other awardees, Nora Rasli Amatullah. We have Sabir Gold and Samir Hassan. These are the 4 awardees for this year. Before we move on to focus on these awardees extensively, I will have to hand over the mic to Dr. Fernando Cabrera. Thank you for joining us on this historical occasion. Over to you.
Thank you. And thank you so much for the opportunity to be here with all of you tonight. Special thanks to Sheikh Musa and his wonderful wife that have always shown what peace is all about. They actually incarnate peace. Even today, I saw Sheikh Musa in a situation that he breathed peace out of his life. Salam. I call your name should be changed to Salam, peace. And so I thank him. And I thank every single one of you that are here today, including Miriam, that I see him, Frampton, and Gemba as well. Thank you for your friendship. I came because I wanted to say thanks to the 3 that are being honored today. They have done an amazing job. I've seen some of them personally in action, providing food while we have food insecurity right here throughout the whole city. And we're not just talking about one moment in event. I'm talking about day in, day out, week after week, especially when it was so dangerous in the mind of so many, and all of us knew how dangerous it was during COVID-19 to put their lives at risk. But they provided, let me say this, all three of them provided leadership. And so I am so grateful today that you're honoring all three of them that were mentioned already. The Merciful Ambassador of War, because indeed they are ambassador of goodness. They are ambassador of making others better. They are ambassador of meeting the need where there was a tremendous need. And so I came to honor them. I salute you. I'm sorry I have a bad call, but I didn't want to miss this moment because indeed they deserve all the praise and admiration for the great work that they have done. Good evening. Thank you. Shukran.
Okay. With you? Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fernando Cabrera, a council member, at the same time, the candidate for the Bronx Borough President. We appreciate your time with us today, and we wish you best of luck in your political pursuits. Not to waste much of our time, I would like to move on to another part of the agenda, which has to do with a short recitation about some of our deeds, especially Samir Hassan, and that is going to be presented by Serena Drami. It's over to you, Serena.
Thank you so much, Matteo. You are doing such a fantastic job. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me well?
Yes, hello.
Or is it too low?
No, perfect. It's perfect.
Great. Well, good evening to all of you tonight. It gives me great pleasure and his distinguished achievement. He is one of tonight's recipients of the Merciful Ambassador Award. Brother Samir Hassan is the founder of Muslims Against Hunger.
Yeah, you're muted, Serena. Okay.
Sorry, you guys lost me for a second, right?
Okay.
So he is, he's the founder of Muslims Against Hunger, Faith Against Hunger, One World Community Cafe, and the Hunger Van. For those of you that are not aware of Samir Hassan's mission in forming these organizations, please allow me to enlighten you. 20 years ago, he visited a soup kitchen as a chaperone for his son's school. There, he learned about the homeless residing in his very own neighborhood. Needless to say, he was shocked. That trip became the defining moment for Brother Hassan, and he recalled what Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, stated. He is not a believer who spends the night satiated while his neighbors go hungry. And so Muslims Against Hunger was initiated. Brother Hassan understands the needs of the less fortunate and is cognizant that no one deserves to feel the agony of hunger, the constant pain in the stomach. He understood that food insecurity or hunger can lead to a host of challenges such as depression, mental disorders, psychological distress, substance abuse, a myriad of health issues, suicide, and so much more. He became the driving force in affirming that all lives are valuable and none deserves to go hungry. He restored dignity back to the people. But he didn't stop there. Brother Hassan wanted unification with other religions and successfully involved them in his mission. And Muslims Against Hunger evolved into Faith Against Hunger. And later, for those having difficulty reaching the soup kitchen, he brought the soup kitchen to them, the Hunger Van, a creation of Muslim and Jewish students from Rutgers. Not only did he feed the hungry, but it was done in a beautiful and collaborative way, building solidarity between Muslim and Jewish students and transforming their lives in the process as they serve those in need. Brother Hassan's effort to address and curb the hungry was able to span over 20 cities and has reached countries like Canada, Haiti, India, Pakistan, Nigeria, and the Philippines, with volunteers encompassing well over 5,000. Brother, you are and have been an inspiration to many. Thank you for rising up to the call to serving one of man's most basic and essential need. It is said that angels come in many forms, and you, my brother, are such a true mercy to mankind, the very embodiment of good, a gift to humanity in your quest to eradicate hunger and poverty. You have been a beacon of hope and light. Your noble servitude has benefited many. The lives you have saved are bountiful. They will never forget and will forever remain grateful. Thank you for making the world a better place, for being a home, for being a hero to so many. May God continue to bless and guide you as you have been a blessing and guidance to so many. May the legacy you created be a lasting one. You are truly a merciful ambassador, a man of goodwill. Congrats on receiving this well-deserved award. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Serena Drami. Thank you for the wonderful presentation about one of our days today, who has done exceptionally well for humanity, not only for New Yorkers, but beyond the New York. We sincerely appreciate the presentation. I will move on to the next race on the agenda, which has to do with the citation from Tusa Diaz about Nora Amatullah. Is Tusa Diaz here?
No, she's not. We just move on to the next. Yeah, she's not here.
Okay. We will have to transfer it back to Serena Drami later. Why? For now, I will be moving to the next part of the agenda, which has to do with what we call Mecca Declaration Day. What is it about? Some of us may be hearing this for the first time, so it is essential we enlighten us to know exactly what this Mecca Declaration Day is all about. And this is what I will briefly present now. The Mecca Declaration Day or the Mecca Declaration in particular, also known as Charter of Mecca, is a document that was endorsed on May 28, 2019 in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Its creation was largely conceived and realized by the Muslim World League, and it was presented by Saudi King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. It was written to create a pan-Islamic set of principles that supported, one, anti-extremism, religious and cultural diversity, and legislation against hate and violence. The document was declared at the end of the 4-day conference organized by the Muslim World League in Mecca. It was approved by Islamic leaders of 139 countries and signed by 1,200 prominent Muslim figures around the globe. So this document is so important that if you look at the key things mentioned here that the document focuses on, you'll notice that if we want to live in this world peacefully, if we want to enjoy this world, and if we want to live harmoniously among ourselves, regardless of our orientation, cultural, religious, financial, or whatever orientation we have, we must work towards eliminating extremism in any religion, not only in Islam, not in other religions too. As long as you are an extremist, you should be dealt with. You're not supposed to stay in a society. If you need proper orientation to live a better world, to live with normal people. So this document lays more emphasis on anti-extremism, religious and cultural diversity, which is very important. New York is a good example of that. And that's why we're kicking off this, this award with New Yorkers. Religious and cultural diversity is one of the keys. You don't live in a world alone. You cannot say you are an island. You need to understand the world view of others in terms of religion and cultural background. And you need to learn to live with them peacefully, harmoniously. You need to cohabit with people without causing chaos or violence. And we can see a lot of ambassadors of peace in New York here, like Miriam Frampton. We appreciate your presence here today. I see you. And the last part of this document, which is very, very essential, is legislation against hate and violence. This is common. We've talked about different kinds of violence that is happening around the globe today. Issues of hate against Asians, the systemic racism, etc. This is what the document focuses on. And it's very important we spread this message across the globe. And to even be able to get this properly done, you need to be a merciful ambassador. You have to be merciful. And that's why we decided to have Merciful Ambassador Award presentation ceremony on the same day we call Mecca Declaration. And I'm happy to announce to you that we've got the proclamation from the Brooklyn Borough President, Eric Adams. We appreciate the proclamation, and we believe that this is just the beginning. The whole world will proclaim the day, and merciful ambassadors will be more merciful in their activities and will be more engaging in their humanitarian activities around the world and within their demographics. That is what we term as Mecca Declaration. You can see why it is important. The key things that we mentioned are features of merciful ambassadors. If you are not, if you are an extremist, you cannot be merciful. If you don't have the understanding of cultural and religious diversity, you can't say you are merciful. And if you are involved in hatred in any form, or discrimination, that means you can't be termed as a masterful ambassador. These are key elements that we consider when we're identifying our masterful ambassadors within the United States and across the globe. So this is Merkel Declaration, and today is the day. And why we are celebrating today, we should convey the message to others around us. From our own home, we should be merciful. In our neighborhood, we should be merciful with our neighbors. We should be merciful in the city we find ourselves, and in any country we find ourselves. Be merciful with not only human, be merciful with the fellow, apart from fellow human, you should be merciful with animals and other living beings. So that is our message, and that's what Merkel Declaration is all about. So I'm going to hand over to Serena again, who is going to just briefly tell us about Nora Amatullah, and then we move on to the next agenda. Serena Drami, over to you again.
Thanks, Matteo, but Sheikh is going to talk to you guys about Nora.
Okay, so thank you. So Sheikh Musa Drami would be taking over that aspect then. So I hope Sheikh is here with us.
Yes, he is. He signed on.
Okay.
Okay, he's next, right? Brother
Sheikh
Musa.
Musa.
Yeah, the floor is yours. Brother Musa, the floor is yours.
You're on mute. The floor is yours, please. All right, why is working on the technical aspect of this Zoom? I think it's very ideal we move on to, not to waste our time. We've got a lot of people with different things to do. We'll have to go to another part of the agenda today, which is recitation of the Quran. So we are going to take it back to our Quranic reciter. So please, over to you for the recitation of the Quran. Thank you.
All right, 1 second. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة ولا شفاعة والكافرون هم الظالمون. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم. صدق الله العظيم.
Sadaqallah al-Azim, Jazakumullahu khairan. We appreciate the recitation of the Quran. For some of us that understand Arabic, the first ayah, that's the verse pass recited by this wonderful reciter, talks about getting involved in humanitarian activities, doing what is right, and ensuring that we give out charity to people. Before the day, we will not be able to do anything again. Before the day, there will be no transaction. Before the day of Qiyamah, the hereafter. That is the first verse of the Quran recited by a wonderful reciter. So I think we'll be moving to the next part of the agenda. I will take my time to give a brief recitation about Nura Amatullah, and then we'll move on to the next agenda. Who is Nura Amatullah? For those who have known him, for those who have known her, you can see her on the screen beside me here. Nura Amatullah is the founder of Muslim Women Institute for Research. And beyond being this, she's the CEO of the same Research and Development Foundation, a multi-service institution which was founded in the Bronx in 1987. The organization has 2 halal food pantry in New York City, the first 2 of such food in the city, and among the few halal food programs for the needy in the United States. The pantry serves over 10,000 families in New York City each month. Apart from this, the organization also provides health and educational services for thousands of the Bronx residents each month, not each year, each month. And Amatullah received a doctorate of ministry degree from New York Theological Seminary and an Islamic chaplaincy certificate from Oxford Seminary. In addition to her leadership as the CEO and founder of this wonderful organization, Muslim Women Institute of Research and Development, she is recognized for her role in faith-based service in the international Interfaith and in international Interfaith community. To know more about this wonderful lady, you can visit our website, which is mwird.org. She's unique in everything she does. She's passionate about humanitarian activities. And she has never relented since the time, even before she started the organization in 1987. She had been involved in humanitarian activities, but she became more active in New York City with the establishment of that organization in 1987. And since that 1987 up to today, she continues to give back to the community and use more of our time every day to serve humanity. This is why she deserves this award, Merciful Ambassador Award for 2020. So that's the brief information about Nura Risali Amatullah. We appreciate your work. We pray to Allah to continue to guide you and give you the hikmah, the wisdom to steer the affair of your organization and steer the affair of the Ummah and continue to be merciful and merciful to all humanity, regardless of their culture, religion, and race. Thank you so much. We appreciate all our awardees, Mohammed Rasvi, Sabir Gold, Samir Hassan, and Nura Amatullah. So next on the agenda is a brief talk from our special guest. I'm not sure if our special guest will share with us before we move on to our special guest today. As you can see on the screen, is nobody other than the permanent ambassador of Sri Lanka to the United Nations, His Excellency Ambassador Muan Perez.
He has not signed on yet.
All right, while we're waiting for Ambassador Muan Perez, we would like to hear from Marion Frampton. He's known in the Bronx. If you don't know Frampton, you are not a Bronxite. You are, that means you must be, even if you're a violent person, either you are violent or you are peaceful, you'll meet Frampton. Frampton is like a doctor when it comes to PMA, tailoring the mind of the violent people as far as the Bronx is concerned. So over to you, Miriam Frampton. Thank you.
First of all, I say peace and blessings to everyone. I'd like to thank Sheikh Musa for inviting me to this forum tonight, and I don't know how I could follow in words behind everyone who has spoken so eloquently before me, but I will say peace and humanity is what's needed amongst everyone in order for us to come together. And I welcome the challenge to reach out to all the different communities here in the Bronx. And as most of you don't know, I am a former gang member. Now I have an organization of gang members and former gang members coming together to work with everyone, different cultures and different communities. Because if we don't reach out to everyone, and if we don't try to communicate with love and with peace, then we're going to destroy ourselves. And so, you know, I'm going to be short-winded tonight because I got 2 more Zoom meetings that I have to talk on tonight. But I say thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you for allowing me to sit here and hear all the wonderful speakers that have come before me. And I thank Musa Drumming for allowing me to be a part of his world, because being a part of the Sheikh world, I have been introduced to all the different communities, the Muslim community, the Yemen community, the Bangladesh community. And I have worked with each and every one of these organizations and people to realize that it's not just me as a Black man fighting. We're all Black, but it's just not me in the Black community fighting. All the communities are fighting to live as one. And we must stand together as one if we want to exist as one. And like the chaplain said earlier, we all worship to a God. And whether we know it or not, our God has the same desire for each and every one of us to live in peace, to work in peace, and to walk in peace, and to hold hands and enjoy each other, and just be respectful to each other. And if we can learn to do that, then no matter what our God name is, what our custom is, we can learn to live in peace. Thank you for having me. I turn it back over
Thank
to you.
So much. We appreciate your time, Miriam Frampton. Anyway, as I've said earlier, he's just an ambassador of peace. And for someone to have moved from being a gang member to a peace advocate, you know what it takes to do that. And he has been like that for years, and he has never relented. May God continue to assist you and give you the strength to continue with what you are sent for. That is peace advocacy, elimination of violence, especially in the Bronx. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
We're moving towards the end of this program today. But before we move to the end of this program, I want us to understand here today, the message we need to take out of this program is that peace or peace advocacy is not meant for a specific group of people. It is meant for everyone. It is meant for all. If you want to live peacefully, you need to be peaceful within yourself. The peace should start with you. You should learn to forgive others, because until you forgive others, you cannot be a peace advocate. And before you even forgive others, you need to forgive yourself. And that is the beginning. After forgiving yourself, then you move on to forgiving others. And then you get engaged in conveying the message of forgiveness, conveying the message of peace to not only your family, because you need to start from your family. If your family is filled with fears, violence, and you are doing peace advocacy outside, you are wasting your time. Peace starts from home. And this is what our Masterful Ambassador for 2020 have shown to us. They fed their family well. They support their family very well before they move to the community. And now most of them, some of these awardees today have got their humanitarian activities beyond the United States, in Asia, in Africa, and other parts of the globe. So we hope, we're still searching, we're looking for the 2021. We have started our research, and we will announce that when it's time. We appreciate every bit of your time with us. And before I round up today, I think someone is here with us who will be glad to hear from her. Kadi there. Is Kadi there? Kadi there? Kadi.
Kadi, are you on? I see you.
I'm on, yeah?
Okay.
All right, please just give us a brief talk before we round up the program today.
Okay, thank you, everybody. My name is Kedi Diaby. I also have an organization named Mako. So, and I received also a proclamation from Eric Adams. So, I'm a COVID hero. I've been giving food also to the community since the COVID. So, particularly, I know those people. And I think that is a well-deserved recognition. And I really appreciate. They did a lot. I've been working for some of them, like Shabi, giving food and calling him. He called me Khadija. So I know all of them. They deserve this recognition. And particularly on this terrific moment of the COVID, it was very, very, very terrible. And they were at the beginning of everything, starting when nobody put their feet outside. They were on the field. So that's a well-deserved recognition. Congratulations to all of them. Thank you and have a great day. Bye. Hello?
Thank you so much, Kadi Derby. We appreciate your brief talk, and we hope our viewers, our attendees today must have gained one or two things. And our awardees today are not only exceptional, they are exceptional because they are consistent with what they do. If you want to be an ambassador of peace, if you want to be a masterful ambassador, you also need to talk to your mind and be sincere with whatever you do. Sincerity is very important. We don't give out awards to people just like that. If you check the years these people have been involved in humanitarian activities, you'll notice that they've been there for decades and they've been consistent. Every day of their life is filled with humanitarian activities. What we're trying to do is to encourage every human being, whether you are financially strong or not. This is not what we do here. We want you, we look at what we do, what you do in the society. Are you really an ambassador of Islam or Muslim to the world in your society? and your environment? If you are, we will definitely get to you. It may not be this year, may not be next year. One day, beyond the fact that Allah will appreciate you, you also be appreciated. And I want to take from one verse of the Quran in Surah Al-Saf. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ala adullukum ala tijaratin tunjikum min asabin alim tu'minuna billahi wa rasulihi wa tujahiduna fi sabilillahi bi amwalikum wa anfusikum dhalikum khairul lakum in kuntum ta'lamun. What does this mean? Allah said, Hala adullukum ala tijaratin. Could I point you to a trade, a commercial venture, tunjikum min asabin alim, that will save you from eternal calamity or disaster? Then he said, the next ayah say, tu'minuna billahi wa rasuli. Believe in the Almighty God and His messenger. That is the mercy, the messenger of mercy that Allah said in the Quran, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. We did not send you to the world except to serve as mercy to the entire globe. So when you believe in the message of the prophets and the key message of the Almighty God, which is worshiping of the only one God from the beginning of your life until you leave this world. Knowing God first before you do that, that's what the Quran says. Then it says, وَتُجَاهِدُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ بِأَمْوَالِكُمْ, and struggle in the cause of God with your wealth. And while it's not money, that's why if it is money, to be mal. And while in Arabic is the wealth, your properties, whatever Allah has given you, whatever God has given you. وَتُجَاهِدُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ بِأَمْوَالِكُمْ, with what? In your struggle, use your wealth. وَأَنفُسِكُمْ, use your soul too. Sacrifice your life for others. Sacrifice your time for others. Just like Mariam Frampton and others are doing in the Bronx, they sacrifice their life for others. That's one of the message. That's one of the business, the commercial venture Allah said you should get involved in. So what tujahiduna fi sabilillahi bi amwalikum wa anfusikum dhalikum khairul lakum in kuntum ta'lamun. He said this is the most fruitful thing for you if you understand. If you are lucky to understand that humanitarian activities are the only way to meet Allah well, you will use every second of your life to get involved in being merciful with your fellow human being and getting engaged in humanitarian activities. So this is just the close remark I will have to give as the CEO of Muslim Media Corporation. For those who have been seeing Pakistan Times, New York Parrots, Muslim Community Report, Parrot TV, the chief editor and the editor-in-chief and the CEO of the Muslim Media Corporation is Mutiola in front of you today. And we'll keep doing our part, not only in the New York City. We'll try as much as we can to continue to be the voice for positivity, the voice that bridges the gap between the poor and the rich, the masses and the bourgeoisie, the known and the unknown. We are not for negative, for damaging the image of people. That's not what our media outlet is set up for. Our media outlet is for the entire humanity, and it's meant for us to ensure that we save this world from calamity, from disaster, from catastrophe, through positive news, through rebranding of society instead of bastardizing society because we want to earn certain amount of money through the media. I appreciate your time. Before we round up the show, we'll have to close the show with a prayer. We started with prayer, and it's very important we close with a prayer. So I'm handing over the mic to Dr. Abdullahi Bali to give us the closing prayer. Over to you, Dr. Abdullahi Bali.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you all. May Almighty bless you, Sheikh. You the big Sheikh down there. We have nothing to say after you say all these verses in Quran, inshallah, as we say. We ask all people who have been working for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah give them strength, give them healthy, a long life. May Allah bless all their children, all their family. May Allah accept our good deed and forgive our sins. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم إنا نسألك الجنة وما قرب إليها من القول والعمل ونعوذ بك من النار وما قرب إليها من القول والعمل. اللهم آسم عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها واجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. May Allah accept our good deed, forgive our sins. Thank you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We appreciate that. Closing remark from Aisha Ahmed. Aisha, is Aisha Ahmed there?
Yes, I'm here. How are you? Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Peace and blessings. Wonderful program. Everyone who's doing all the work that Allah has set us to do here in this earth. And I'm really grateful to be a Muslim. And I am grateful for all the religions in humanity. And I want to thank Sheikh Musa Drame, Dr. Abdullahi Balde, Noura, Amatullah, Kobo, USA also, and all of you who may or may not know me. I just want to be thankful, and I don't want to take too much of your time. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much, Aisha Ahmed. As we round up, I want to also, the Quran say, Malam yaskuru nada, la yaskurullah. That's hadith of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, Malam yaskuru nasa, la yaskurullah. Whoever failed to appreciate human being will never appreciate God. So once again, I'm going to round this program up with appreciation of our guest today, our audience too, and the attendees of this program, this historical program. This is the maiden award ceremony that will be taking place, and inshallah we'll continue to have it yearly. Beyond that, I want to appreciate Dr. Drame in Senegal, who has also been supportive of this organization, the Muslim Media Corporation. We also appreciate Robert Gollum, who has been contributed to media outlets, Robert Press, Stephen Dittmore, John Perez, and the Center for Community and Ethnic Media. We appreciate your support in terms of the operational part of Muslim Media Corporation. We appreciate your time. And I will be very, very ungrateful if I don't appreciate my colleague today, Benga Subair. We appreciate your time, your energy, your support behind the camera, and even in front of the camera. Jazakallahu khairan jazaan. And we appreciate Eric Adam once again. We thank you for making this historical. And if we don't have anything else with the proclamation, we believe that this has sealed everything. And this is going to be historical in terms of making the day today as Mecca Declaration Day. Eric Adam happened to be the first public office holder to recognize Mecca Declaration Day. We wish him in his political adventure. We hope he's going to achieve his mission to become the mayor of the New York City. We thank Sheikh Musa Drami. We thank Serena Drami. We thank those we may not be able to mention their name on the platform today. We appreciate Frampton and others, Dr. Abdullah Bade, Kadi, Aisha, Ahmed, and the rest of you. I say Jazakumullahu khairan, Jazan. May Allah reward you abundantly. And on the final note, I also appreciate our foreign reporters like Moiza Hamid, Abdul Mumin Sulaiman, and Akim Babatunde Alao, very wonderful colleague in the system. He has been helping to sustain the operation, especially when it comes to news reporting. Right now, as I'm talking, he's still taking care of some news reports to be delivered very soon. By the end of our show today, you will see something which would have been on the website. So we appreciate every one of you. Jazakumullahu khairan jazaan. We'll continue to be the voice for the voiceless. We'll continue to be the voice for humanity. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. See you. Bye.
Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam. Bye.
Assalam. Bye-bye.
Bye.